Hey, hope you're doing well. Let's go see it in the month of November. The first thing that happened in November is we continued to gather data from our sensors. None of the residents that we put it on had a fall, which is great, but we want to change the residents now. They're going to be putting it on in December, so hopefully we can gather some fall data. And at the same time, it's also good because we didn't get any false alarms. Now, in terms of improving our sensor, we're still working with the contract manufacturing firm to kind of solidify a lot of the details. It's a pretty long process because we're also doing research on our end to make sure that a lot of the quotations we're getting and a lot of the sensors that we're looking to use are the best ones possible based off of what there is out there in the market. And so one of the things that we're going to be adding is a barometric pressure sensor. And what this does is it tells us the height of the sensor up until 25 centimeter accuracy. It's one of the most high precision barometric pressure sensors out there. And what this will do is increase the accuracy of our fall detection model. The second thing that we're adding is a detector switch. So what this will do is it'll tell us if the device is being worn or not because we're placing it on the back of the casing. So if you put clothing on, that detector switch will get pushed inward, which will then allow us to know that the sensor is being worn. And when it's taken off, there won't be anything in between the back of the casing and the back of the clip, and so then that detector switch will essentially just be out. Very similar to the way that your printer knows if there's paper in it or not. It's a same sort of technology, and so we're going to be adding both of these into our sensor with the contract manufacturing firm that we're working with, and so we're just going back and forth with them, figuring out the details as well as the per unit cost, and then going from there. For our falls analysis tool, as a quick reminder, what it does is it takes a retirement home's fall data and automatically fills out their falls tracking forms for compliance they need to do every month, and so it saves them hours. But at the same time, what it does is it shows them all this data so they can actually see trends in the information for their falls, and therefore they know which homes in the retirement home chain to focus on, and each retirement home knows what are their main causes of falls, who are their main fallers, so they know what they can do to actually prevent the number of falls. We've been piloting it with Responsive for the past 2 months now, and so our pilot's finally come to an end, and so we'll be expanding to all 15 of the homes in their chain starting the new year. This is great. We're really happy that it's been valuable for them overall and that they've seen value in the tool, and so now what we're doing is just getting everything ready to start onboarding all the new homes that are going to be using the tool. We also added two new features. The first is cleaner monthly reports. So before we were sending out these Excel sheets, whereas now we're going to be sending out reports that look like this, that have a lot more graphs and information. They can also update more dynamically because it's not just a sheet I'm sending you. So if, on December 3rd, you choose to edit data for falls that, had happened in November because there might have been an issue or whatever it was, now it'll update, automatically into this report that you see here. At the same time, we also added in some backend logic to essentially account for a case scenario where you write two notes for the same person's fall. So every time someone falls, you write a fall note, which includes information about the fall, and then you write a post-fall note, which is you checking in on that person for a specific number of hours after their fall. And that's just to make sure that they're okay, their vitals are good, and there's no extra injuries. And so sometimes what the nurses might do is they might write two fall notes for just one fall. And so we are able to now take in information for both of those fall notes and only associate it to one fall rather than showing it as two different falls. So that was another small feature that we fixed up for the month of November. In terms of our patent, we filed the non-provisional utility patent under the PCT. And so that's been great because it's been a lot of months in the making. My co-founder Rishi's really been the one leading this, and you can see some of the figures here from the patent drawings that we have. We now have 30 months to decide which countries we want to file the patent under now that we have filed under the PCT. And so now it's just about figuring out what those countries are as well as waiting to get the approval from them. We were also featured in a healthcare magazine, and that's from the AgeWell conference that Rishi went to in October. And so I'll make sure to link it in the description below, as well as put in the email. I think we're on page 31 or 32, so you can check that out as well. Well, that's all from me for the month of November. I'll see you at the end of December. Bye.